welcome back to DummyNation. Today we're going to be playing as the most upvoted country from the last video, which was Canada. Now Canada is an easy start and it definitely deserves that mantle. While we are 9th in GDP and 38th in population, our GDP per capita is very high, which means things are pretty expensive to build, but our research goes a little bit faster. Now, our military power at 28 is okay, but our defensive power is very high. We have a ton of people who love us, and it's not hard as Canada to become friend. Canada is one of those countries I never invade as another country, not only because of how many friends they have, but how long it takes to take over the Arctic Circle. So we can really count on ourselves not having to worry about too many attacks. We're even barely friends with the United States. Has the game been updated? But anyways, as a high GDP country, before we spend any of our money, we're gonna go and invade a country over here probably to lower our GDP per capita to make things a little bit cheaper to buy. But let's go ahead and get started by fixing our budget. Let's bring up R&D a lot, get that at a nice little level. Bring up military spending to be kind of even and call that good. Let's also take our research, and we've gone down military the last few times, so let's switch it up and do something else. Let's turn Canada into an economic powerhouse. Let's go down research right away. Let's just get the maximum level we can, which is 24 points into the discount, and then we need 12 more to get another one, so we won't do another one of those. And I intend on being friends with a lot of people right away, so let's go ahead and go into digital. Oh, we can't afford digital economy. Can we afford self-sufficient? We can. So reduce the dependency of your economy on foreign relations by up to 30%. Seems like a real world thing to do at this point. So let's invest in that, boost up our economy a little bit, which will click up over time. Had an immediate effect, but will go up even more on the money that we make. And let's take our country and look for a high GDP per capita country with a good population. So if we're looking at, let's take the map. Can we look by population? So our best bet is probably going to be this region down here, invading all of these guys. This should probably fix our areas of concern. But let's target places that don't have a strong military to start off with. So we're going to bring our military down. In fact, let's just walk through the United States. Goodbye, United States doesn't mind us walking through New York. And let's go to the Gambia. We're going to work our way down Western Africa against all the countries that don't have any military. So the Gambia starts off with the 177th best GDP, but 177 GDP per capita, 143 population. Should be a really easy target for us to fight. Done. Senegal does have an army, so let's move down to Guinea-Bissau. Hit these guys. Done. Guinea doesn't have an army, so we're going to fight them next. And let's in fact split our army, try and get this done a little bit quicker. All right, that one's done. Looks like we're going to miss on Benin and Togo. They have already fought. Sierra Leone has a little bit of a military. Liberia has a little bit of a military. Ivory Coast has a little bit of a military. I kind of want to strike someone with a good amount. Ooh, 49 is actually really amazing. What about Sierra Leone? 100. I'm looking at population. I think we just go ahead and fight down you, but Ghana. Yeah, let's fight down both these guys before we spend troops. So we'll get the Ivory Coast and then Ghana, hopefully. Now, Ivory Coast does have a military, but it's a smaller one. It's only 2.75. Definitely one that we can fight down, especially if they're not going to send their entire military at us at once. We have more than enough to do this. Ammunition shortage slowly starting to creep up here a little bit as we fight our first armies. We'll knock them down right away. And I would love to get to Ghana, so if we could just mosey through this a little bit quicker. Russia, no! I debated about attacking in the south to try in case Russia did go up here. We unfortunately mistimed everything. Let's bring you over. See if we can get to Ghana. A little bit of Ghana as well. Yes. Okay, you fight Ghana now. All right. These guys are done. We've missed Cameroon. That's unfortunate. Russia's been very aggressive here. But if we take a look at ourselves now, how are we looking? We are... Our GDP per capita has risen to 43 and our population's 18. I think that's a good mark to be at. So let's go ahead and buy some troops. We're going to buy about 1,000. Ooh, we can afford a good amount. Let's get 3K tanks. Let's get a little bit aggro with it. Let's get about 1,500 rockets. Let's get a big unit of commandos and then a big unit of gunners. And then from that point on, let's go ahead and start producing units because we're already so high up on the food chain. We can definitely afford to do this. Bring down you guys slightly. 35% is okay. And then our piercing will be 600 and our attack will actually be pretty high. Let's try and balance that out a little bit. Get a little bit more attack or piercing. That's okay. Yeah, we'll settle for that. That's fine. All right, apply that. And then we do still have a sizable military. So while everything's being built, we're still going to stay on the aggressive side of things and look for countries that we could take down, hopefully quickly without too much of a fight. Liberia could be an option, so could Sierra Leone. Is there anything? Namibia is a great one. Looks like Namibia is already hurting. So let's bring down our troops to go fight Namibia. Mozambique is also on the weakened side. Russia's just going everywhere in Africa. Now, this won't move the needle too much on our GDP, but our population will continue to increase, which is something we're very much after at the beginning of the game. All right, Namibia's done. Which one's better? Let's go fight a weakened Mozambique, who's also... Ooh, what's our ammunition shortage at? We're fine. Let's go fight a weakened Mozambique. They are the 48th, 47th best population. They're also an autocracy, which means we won't take a big hit to our political freedom by doing this, especially while all their armies distracted with Spain. We'll fight down their people in the south and bring an army up north. Ooh, Iran's falling. That's unfortunate that we missed out on that. I do want to keep an eye on Mexico. That is one that I do want to grab for myself. I think we need to start laying off the population train here in Africa. We have enough. You two are fighting. Spain, are you getting weak? How strong are you? 9 million. Problem with attacking a European as a non-European is people typically get very upset with that, so I don't know how viable that would be. Okay, a target I am considering is Singapore and Malaysia have been fighting each other. We could definitely grab that. Let's grab our army, tell them to move over here. How close are we to these guys? Just a little bit away. Perfect. Let's bring everybody. Singapore looks like they're actually going to win this. That's crazy. All right, Malaysia has been weakened to a heavy extent. Let's go ahead and just finish off Malaysia over here. Let's actually split our army and make sure we grab this part as well and fight down allyless Malaysia. All right, Malaysia is dead. We got most of it. Now, how is Singapore doing? Are they still alive? Singapore is alive. They have 4 million troops. I don't know about that. Japan, you gotten off to a strong start. Lots of things happening over here. It looks like Saudi Arabia could be falling. So I think we go park our troops over here in the Middle East. The Middle East looks like it's about to collapse. So let's grab all of our troops, bring them right here. Yeah, in fact, Iraq is already falling. So let's jump over and just fight Iraq immediately. Let's just double check alliances, make sure they're not allied with anybody we don't want to fight. Should be fine. Lot of friends. That's fine. We could definitely take them all. All right, let's go ahead and fight Kuwait first. Kuwait is done. Let's get our troops out of Iraq. Good. Tell everyone to fight Iraq now. Saudi Arabia has declared war on us. I don't want to peace out with Saudi Arabia because I actually want to fight them too. I want to get Iraq first. I was kind of hoping it'd be a little bit easier. We can peace out with Syria, or do we want to? I don't know if there's anybody yet that we're fighting that we want to peace out with. Lebanon, we could definitely peace out with. Is Egypt in this one? They are. Is Tunisia's in this? Algeria is in this, so let's peace out with them. And then Morocco as well. Peace out with them. Man, Iraq has got all their armies split into like 10,000 little groups. Finally, we got them done. Let's split. Try and get a little bit more leverage up here. And we are finally on our production side, and that's looking okay right now. So good. We'll start producing some ground units, some foot soldiers. And I think we could probably turn and burn on Iran here too, but let's finish up Iraq here. Ooh, peace out with that. I don't want to fight a 4 million militia. Ooh, Egypt is falling. Okay, who's the better target here? I think Iran is, because we can really get into a lot of the good Iran territories right away, where I don't know how quickly we could get to the Nile and what we would get out of that, out of Cairo. So let's push here into Iran, bully our way through Russia. How is our ammunition shortage? Getting pretty high, so I think this needs to be the last one we do for a while. But anytime I see a rebel spawn up, I'm going to move forward the line so that we can get ahead of Russia here and hopefully get to the capital. And research-wise, we can get another level of self-sufficient economy. Great news for us. Let's just make sure we push forward to grab Tehran. Good. Okay, we bullied out China as well. All right, even though we're so low on troops or ammunition shortage, I do think it's worth to push into Saudi Arabia in this moment. So I think we just attack them head on right here and hopefully won't encounter too much of their military. Well, Egypt exists and the Nile is still there. You got me. I think we need to push for that as well if we can. Cairo's still there, I mean. And most of the Nile. Finish up Saudi Arabia, then we'll turn and burn to go fight Egypt. Get this army in, just immediately start fighting. Oh, prestige fell. Whatever. How did that affect our diplomacy? A lot of people still pretty chill with us, actually. We can buy back Poland. Is there anyone else I really want here? Not really. Didn't hurt us too bad. Exchange rate still at 84%. We got away with one. Alrighty, and that is Egypt done. Now, our ammunition shortage is okay. We could continue to keep fighting, but is there a target that really helps us? I mean, right now, we're in a pretty good spot. We're the 6th best GDP, 6th in population. GDP per capita is 43. Military power is 11th. So I think from here on out, we're going to take a little bit of a reprieve, build up a military strong enough to go strike somebody important. We're kind of looking at Russia. Russia right now actually is kind of pretty good, right? You got me. All right, let's get everybody over here. How is the reservists of Russia? 8 million. Let's build up a little bit. How's our army composition looking? We're very low on piercing. Let's get a whole unit of rocket artillery out there and wait to see somebody else go first, but we're going to position ourselves in northern Russia because I think they're the next domino to fall. Mexico would also be pretty good. The United Kingdom splits away a lot from Europe. We could definitely do that. Are people mad at Denmark? No, people love Denmark. Are people mad at Sweden? No, people love Sweden, so we couldn't get involved in that one. India, I imagine, is pretty big. Yep. Yeah, so I think we're going to be targeting Russia here. Russia's got 9 million of reservists. You know what? I honestly think we push in this moment. Ammunition shortage is not very high. I don't want to give Russia an opportunity to build up their troops. I think we strike them right here, right now. Reservists are nothing to be scared of, and we take a big player off the board. All right, we got this. Great. Let's move down farther south to St. Petersburg. Russia is almost out of a military here. 500,000 left. We've engaged their primary military, come out of it mostly unscathed. Let's go ahead and start splitting our army. Try and get a little bit more of a push towards Moscow, especially as Ukraine's coming over. Damn, Poland grabbed St. Petersburg away from us. Let's go ahead and peace out with North Korea so we don't have to fight them on the battlefield. We will get Moscow. Little bonus to us. Ukraine fortunately gave up on their fight. Oh, they're back at it a little bit. Let's go ahead and just try and race to cut them off. And now we're just power through the rest of Russia. We've cut off the Ukrainians for the most part. Other countries will come and feed on the corpse of Russia alongside us. I think this was a good power play move for us. Has it moved us up the leaderboards? No, we're still at 6, but the population's gone up to 4th. I imagine we'll be 5th place by the end of this, of just attacking Russia. It won't cost us a lot, but at the same time, this is a good opportunity to keep striking while the iron's hot. How's the ammunition shortage? It's high, but we won't be facing too much of Russian resistance at this point. They're still fielding a little bit of a military, but we're taking away a lot of their economic zones as we speak. So shouldn't be too much of a threat from here on out. In fact, is there really that much I need down here? Not the best. Let's bring you up north and tell you to just stick on motherland Russia. All right, is there anything left worth pushing into Russia? Yeah, let's get this small southern section right here. Put a hard focus on that, meet up with borders with China, and then we'll retreat our army and go look for another green pasture country. All right, so that's all we're going to take from Canada. Let's go home for the first time, what feels like forever. Evaluate our stock. We are 3rd in GDP, 4th in population. That's what I'm talking about. Military power is 4th. We're definitely pretty strong. Need to be looking for another green pasture target to go into, and we'll kind of come back when we find one of those. Whoa. Indonesia could be my green pasture target. Yeah, they are. Diplomacy wise, friends with Myanmar we don't care about. Russia's dead, and that's it. Gather the troops. How is our ammunition shortage? Pretty low. As soon as this army gets out of the Arctic Circle, I think we go in. Let's take a look at our army comp. Pretty good. I think we can afford a little bit of a round of tanks. And then we go into Indonesia. Oh, and we do have some levels of research to do. Smart taxation would actually be really nice to grab right away. Let's grab that. Improves the effect of your expenditure has on your economy by 18%. Boom. That will help out a lot. Armies here. To Indonesia we go. And let's take a look at our production. Yeah, we could definitely raise this. Close enough. And let's start invading Indonesia. Myanmar is here. And they're actually pretty powerful, so we'll pay them off. And let's split and have an army go to, what's this? I think this one, that's Sumatra. I forgot what this island was, but we'll fight over here a little bit. All right, so that is Indonesia done. Does that move the needle for us at all? Nope, we're still 3 and 4. Military power slightly falling back. How is China doing? 26 million. United States, 16 million. Mexico, 22. There's no big targets on the board quite yet, but happy to get Indonesia out of the way. Yeah, and with the current landscape, I think we rest up for a minute. Build up our military a little bit more. We have a lot of money. Let's go ahead and get a lot of money's worth of rocket artillery. Get our piercing up a lot higher. China and Brazil are fighting. This is actually a pretty good target. South Korea. has some friends, none of them that strong. And it gets me over into Asia where there's a hotbed of things happening. So let's go over here to South Korea. By the way, I have yet to look at our diplomacy this entire time. Still friends with a lot of people. Still friends with the United States. Excellent. And our exchange rate is 91%. It's actually gone up. That's great. We could probably even bump up our expenditure a little bit. Get a little bit more commandos. India and China are fighting. Hold on. Oh, this is a much better fight. 35 million reservists, though. Give me more tanks. Let me think on this one. The reservists are really high, but their troop count's so low. I don't think I can with the current. I think we just stick on fighting small fries and see if India and China escalate their war. But let's go ahead and fight South Korea. All right, South Korea is done. How is this looking? 9 million. You rebounded very quickly. India, on the other hand, is not. And I think India would be a really good target for us to get. So let's gather everybody, especially as they grab Bangladesh and Myanmar. Bring them right here. Now, India, tell me about your diplomacy. Japan would be a problem. I'm just going to buy them off right away. You do have a lot of friends. Brazil would be a problem. Let's buy them off right away. France would come over. Oh, a lot of people would actually come over. France stopped being my friend. Let's save up a couple million before we do this. And I think now we attack India and see what the pain looks like. How's our bonuses? Fine. See how many people actually declare war on us. Germany has. That one could be painful. Yep, got to get them out of there. We don't have the money for that. That's an immediate withdrawal. Run away. Italy, Germany did. Belgium did. South Africa did. A lot of people. Yeah, a lot of strong people. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get that. Yeah, man, I think attacking India is the right thing to do, but it just economically tanked us. I mean, not too bad. We went from 94 to 81. But we kind of stopped being the world's friend when we did that. Might have been a bridge too far. I think we get our military power up pretty heavily. We could probably go back into India, but I think for the time being, we just go home. Doesn't look like we're going to get India anytime soon. Germany is hecka mad. So is Italy. And I feel like if we pressed it, France would also be very angry as well. And with those three on the board, there's no real pathway into India. So we'll just take this time to build up our army to something reasonably strong. We are very close to getting this second level of smart taxation. And we have 2 million in the bank. Let's go ahead and get, you know what? Let's get some combat aircraft out there. 300 is not a tremendous amount. We'll diversify a little bit. We'll get some helicopters. And then we'll grab that level of smart taxation and just kind of hang out here for a little bit. The United States stopped being our friend. They're friends with the world, though. I'm not keen to get that back with 81% exchange rate. Our defensive power is pretty low, though. So I think maybe we do want to get that one back. Oh, it's so expensive. China's at war with us. They're bleeding reservists. They don't have friends. Their army's fully foot soldiers. I think this is a good moment for us to strike down China. Please tell me my ammunition rate is down to 0. Fantastic. Let's go get Taiwan. And we'll push into mainland China. Now, looking at the percentages, China only has 26% in this game. India would have been 13%. Let's fight China and see if we can get the world back on our side. Now, Uganda's declared war on us. They might actually have troops. Not the worst. Can peace out with them for pretty cheap, so let's do that. We've crushed their main army. We're at 38 million still. Let's go ahead and split this army. Actually, let's recombine you guys and split into thirds. Germany, I need to peace out with you. Frick, we're attacking Germany. At least they leave. Let's try and start differentiating where we're attacking so we're not all attacking the same people all at once. And Mexico and the United Kingdom have both joined in. A little bit frustrating. Doing all the work. Germany keeps trying to come over here. Keep accidentally knocking down their military. Can't peace out with them. Yeah, they want 60 million. I would love to peace out with Vietnam too, but they would need 20 million. How is our diplomacy? We are low on friends. We've become anti the world. Who could we peace out with that might help us? I don't want to spend money on any of these. We'll do it. How big's this army? 11. Do we have? No, we need piercing in this one. The unit of piercing, and then we can bring it over. Let's start getting some levels of military logistics, reducing the heaviness of the ammunition shortage. So even though it's high right now, it's max been capped. Like these numbers have been capped. So even though this is high, it's not as high as it was before that. And we can bring over the rocket artillery and start fighting over here as well. Continuing the fight as much as we can. In fact, let's regroup for a minute. Bring everyone right here. Give us a moment to bring down this number. It's pretty high right now. Okay. Now let's balance this out a little bit. We got to be aware of Germany pushing, so we'll just split in half. You go here. And then you keep pushing up here and we'll just try and get around them. All right, looks like Germany's army's left. Let's take this opportunity to try and see if we can cut them off. Wonderful. Now we have a little bit of a land bridge. So let's come over here and start working our way directly down south. Ooh, is this China over here as well? This would probably be more beneficial for us to fight for this, which is going to be a little bit more contested. So let's bring this army all the way around, get here. There we go. We further cap our ammunition shortage, so it really shouldn't affect us from here on out. That's great news. Should be able to push through a lot of this, and we're making a ton of money right now. I believe we are second on the board. We're second in GDP, first in population. We can start hammering out a lot more units very fast. So even though we're taking attrition here, we're regaining it rather quickly. Pakistan, no. Try and stay up here. Leave the Himalayas for India to fight through, or the Tibetan steppe in the Himalayas. They've already kind of pushed through the Himalayas. All right, I'm going to leave this area of China to live. Let's gather our army up here. See if I can actually peace out with China. No, they want millions. Everyone wants millions at this point. We're kind of the bad guy. United States, you're very weak. Could consider fighting you down. That wouldn't give us the win. It would make everyone angry with us. We've got to figure out a way to get Europe out of the fight. Germany's still strong. Italy's still strong. France is still strong. Mexico's still hanging in there. Brazil is my only ally. Japan is pretty weak, all things considered, saying that they have foot soldiers. I think we save up for a little bit and we get ready to fight Japan. Japan's fourth on the board. I think we could get through Japan, although we're fighting the entirety of the world. Not the United States, though, just Europe. We need Europe to collapse. Get one more level of military logistics. I think we start banking our troops or banking our money for sovereign wealth fund. I think that's going to be the way we kind of roll through this. We have a good military right now. We're the first in military power. But while the world is kind of hating us and all targeting us, waiting for us to do something wrong, I think this would be a good opportunity for us to save some money so we can start using the full effects of sovereign wealth fund. Maybe by cooling off. Turkey, are you strong? Yeah, let's get an alliance with Turkey. We can buy off Vietnam. I'm actually okay to do that. Looks like we're going to have to finish off China after all. Fine. I was kind of hoping India would do this. I don't know why everyone's fighting us and why we can't grab this land. Just go home. I think we grabbed it. Yeah, it's all Canada. I don't know where China is. It's not been defeated. Ooh, United States declared war on the Netherlands. 7 million. It's a tempting target, but it is going against the entirety of the world. I think it's a little bit risky right now. Let's see if some of these alliances pop away first. Meanwhile, we can get another level of military logistics and start pumping money into Sovereign Wealth Fund. Let's look at who we're actually fighting. Spain would be a problem, 24 million. Italy's there, United Kingdom's there. Germany is also there. They're all on the cusp though, so I think waiting is our best move. All these guys are at 75, 76. One more bad thing, the United States loses these alliances, we could easily charge into the United States. All right, so first level of Sovereign Wealth Fund achieved, which is just this money. The higher this is, the higher this goes, and then the higher this is, the higher this goes. It kind of is a little bit of a cycle of increasing the amount of money that we're making, hoping and praying that Italy, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom fall off the friendship level of United States. In fact, France is right there, Italy's right there, Germany's right there. They're so close. The United Kingdom became our ally. Interesting. We could buy a peace treaty with Italy. We could peace out with India. I think this is a big one holding us up. Let's peace out with the people we can. Estonia, we're not going to fight. India, we're not going to fight. That brings down the price of Germany and Italy. So we peace out with these two. France, can I get you as an alliance? No. But now we can fight the United States without too many people hating us. Your relationship with UK is 80. What's mine? 76. I gotta boost this number up. All right, what's it now? 79. A little bit more. 80. One more to be safe. Oh, I almost did the wrong way. Okay. So the United Kingdom should stay on our side now. I think we gear up for a big war. The United States is so weak right now. I mean, they built back up, but we could still crush them. 6,000 more tanks on the way, 4,000 more rockets should really buff up our numbers, and we should be able to fight the United States. And that would really put us in a great position to win the game. We'll keep this money on hand, hopefully to build up the Sovereign Wealth Fund, but more realistically to buy off people who want to fight us. In fact, let's buy off everybody right now while they're cheap. Rockets are done. Our military power is 88 and 93. Perfect time to strike the United States. Here comes a little bit of the military. Fortunately, it's split up, so we're not fighting it all at once. Slovenia's declared war on us. How many people declared war on us? Just Slovenia and Croatia. Spain and Romania have as well. I would love to get Spain out of here. They're priority number 1. 158 million. How many troops do you have? 26. We'll fight you down too, I guess. Okay, so far so good. A lot of people are attacking us. Let's bring this army down to Florida. We'll ignore the capital. Let freaking the Dominican Republic, who apparently is able to do this, fight that. We'll fight for Florida and move our way up to Hotlanta. Give me Chicago. We're not facing too much resistance anymore, so I'm going to split these groups again. Try and get a little bit more progress. Dude, the Dominican Republic's eating so much of the aggro that should belong to us. We're getting a lot of this for free. Japan's all over here also just eating. Dude, Dominican Republic's quietly built up a lot of strength. I should probably take them down because they have like Miami, they have Washington, D.C., they have a little bit of New York, they have Houston, they have Los Angeles, they have Cuba. I think we should fight them next. All right, while we are finishing up the United States, we're going to finish up this area. I'll send a couple people to Alaska, but I'm going to split the army and fight down to Dominican Republic. They don't have too many friends, only 2 of them. One's Australia, yet they have a lot of the United States areas that I would like for myself. So we'll punch through the rest of this little bit here. Just make sure this all gets done. Good. Okay. Units going to Alaska, units going to Alaska. You're going down there. And you, I would like to start fighting the Dominican Republic. So let's go over to the East Coast. Grab that island. Perfect. All right. Now you're going to fight for Los Angeles. And you're going to fight for Washington, D.C., New York area. Australia has declared war on us. Hopefully we can buy them off. We can. Perfect. So that's both of the Dominican Republic's allies gone. Italy's fighting me. Don't have enough to buy them off. Let's get a peace treaty with France, and then we could fight Japan down. They have a lot of territory I would like. Obviously love to finish up the Dominican Republic, but I think we've done enough of a blow to them and the United States. So this is kind of working out to our favor. We'll finish up a little bit of Alaska here. And then I think we take the fight directly to Japan. Okay, we'll call that good enough. Let's gather everyone, and we're going to get ready to fight Japan. I'll save the money right now to keep putting money into the Sovereign Wealth Fund. I think we have enough to deal with Japan. They're mostly foot soldiers. Reservists are not that impressive either. Let's declare war on Japan. Over here on their American side, start whittling down their reservists before we go to mainland Japan. In fact, let's make sure we get Japan. So let's take half our army over here to mainland. We've defeated a big chunk of their army, so we don't need to be afraid anymore. Looks like the rest of it's over here anyways. And this unit can definitely split 3 times. So let's get a unit there and split you in half and go there. Really hammer home the western side of the United States. And you just go straight for Tokyo. This is working out perfectly. We're almost done in the west. We'll be able to bring all of our troops over to Asia to fight Japan. Japan's a little bit everywhere, unfortunately. It shouldn't be too much of a difficult race for us. There's all the economy hiding in this game. It's so split. I mean, India has a lot. Europe still holds a ton. Japan held like 11% themselves. They were in 4th place before this. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, there's a lot of... The economy is very split in this game. In fact, when we start talking about victory, we need 16%. We'll need 10% after this. We could go after France, or we could go after Germany. Germany, we could probably get done. It would involve fighting the entirety of the world. That's why we have Sovereign Wealth Fund. So we'll finish up Japan. I think we turn our eyes to Germany and try and power through that. We could also potentially power through India, who's very weak. They don't have as many friends as they used to. Or I think Germany still has... Yeah, Germany still has all their friends. Maybe we power through India, who has 20%. India's actually invading us. Cute. Problem with Germany is they're spread out too. India's a little bit more contained and have very little troops. No, I think we stick with our plan to fight India. I think that's enough of Japan. We have a military cooking. Let's gather everyone off the coast of India. Because normally India would be a slog, but because they only have foot soldiers, they don't really have that many commandos. I know they're going to spawn a ton of militias, but our tanks and everything should be able to handle that. In fact, I'm so confident in it. Let's just go ahead and start right now. We'll fight them down. At 90% already, I think this will be enough. I think this was the smarter path to take. All right, South Africa's declared war on us. Can we piece out that? I don't think they're that strong. No, they're not. In fact, they're getting attacked. We don't even need to waste the money. We're at 98%. Delhi will do it. Let's get a strong push towards Delhi. Give us Delhi. Hopefully that will do it. 99. I think it will. I think it will. We just got to give it a little bit more of a push here. Come on. Come on. Give me Delhi. Yes. Canada dominates the world after 32.788k days. Now, I doubt that really puts us anywhere on the leaderboard, but we'll check. The leaderboard for Canada is probably going to be insane just because of how good of a start it has. Canada, it puts us nowhere on the leaderboard. Holy cow. Not even in the top 40, I don't think. I didn't see my name. But that is going to do it for today. Thank you as always for the nation recommendation. If you have a nation you want me to play as next, put it in the comments down below. We'll play as the most upvoted comment in the next video. But for now, boys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. Put out videos 6 days a week. But for now, boys, thank ya. See ya. Adios. Bye-bye.